you're gonna want to get some wine for this one. What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. I had to really brace myself for this video because I feel like it's a little bit obvious that men are psychopaths. Bottom line, yes, I said it. Sue me. Men are psychopaths. Do you hear me? Psychopaths. But, women don't always make it easy on the guys. I know this. We can be difficult sometimes. We can. Guilty. But men are so petty, it's not even, at this point, it's not even funny. It's not. It's actually sad. But this is not a bashing men video. And I don't bash men. Sorry. Before I proceed with this video, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Follow me on social media. You know the drill. It's really easy. Doesn't take long. Helps your girl out. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and do that right now. Thank you. So I took to social media and I asked my people, what are some things that women do that men hate? And the people have spoken. Now, one thing about this that was absolutely hilarious to me is most of the people who participated in this were women. I'm like, yo, we literally know what we do that literally gets on these men's nerves. We know we do it. It's naturally, it's in our blood. We can't help it, but we are aware. So we're not living our lives obliviously, just wondering why men are always annoyed. What a wild ride we are about to go on. This is why I grabbed my wine, because I was reading through these things and the tea, the wine, the whatever you want to call it is piping hot tonight. You guys went off. So now that I got all the whatever out of the way, let's get into the things that women do that men cannot stand. My list is not in any particular order. I just kind of jotted things down as people contributed to my question. The first one, and I feel like all my girls out there can relate to this, is when girls nag guys during the game. So obviously this means when they're playing PS4 or Xbox and we nag. And coming from experience, I don't think nagging is nagging. I feel like any type of communication with a guy when they're engaged in that finger twiddling whatever is considered nagging, which, okay. The next one is eat their food. Ladies, am I lying when I say food just tastes better when it's on their plate? Even if it's the same thing. Something about my fries weren't as crispy as yours were. My burger wasn't as juicy as yours is. My taco, because I love tacos, wasn't as crunchy or flavorful as yours is. So also, I need to taste test it to make sure that it is properly prepared for your consumption. Points are being made here. Just wait. The next one, and this is one of the most common one, is women never know what they want to eat. Well, speaking from experience, if I'm hungry for a specific thing, I will voice said thing. If I'm hungry for a salad, I'll say, I can really go for a salad. If I'm hungry for sushi, I'm really craving sushi. But if I'm just hungry in general, it's not up to me to decide what I want to eat. Do you hear me?
Nope.
I feel like men are not willing to work with us. Stay with me. Not willing to work with us in finding what we want to eat. Give us some ideas. Hey babe, do you want tacos? Hey babe, let's go get some vegan soul food. Hey babe, pizza? Does pizza sound good? Not just, well, what do you want to eat, and expect my thoughts to overpower my hunger. Right now my hunger is just talking and I can't really gather what I want to eat, but that's where you step in. The next one is nagging in general. Yes, women can nag. It happens. But men nag too. I feel like this is a double-sided pet peeve or something we both can't stand. But I feel more so women, we're a little bit more emotional, more expressive when we do things. So it may come off as nagging, but I have experienced seeing women who are just plain naggy. Like for no reason. Like sometimes it's okay for space, it's okay to leave them alone. So I kind of get this, but it's situational with me. The next one is too indecisive. This is debatable. I have a hard time sometimes making my mind up, but I like to have my options. So if that is a deal breaker or if that's a red flag for some men, then you just gotta deal with it with women. Sometimes we just don't know. And for that to be something you guys can't stand, I feel like is hella petty, but that's a conversation I ain't ready for. This one. I had to like zoom in and see if I read this right. Farting. And I got this one more than once. Farting, passing gas, all that stuff. Men apparently can't stand this. Now I have experienced men who stink, or they've told themselves that women don't fart. How dumb can you be? Literally. I mean, okay, it's not the most ladylike thing. It may not be appropriate in some situations, but if I got a fart, if the toot is scooting, I'ma go pootin'. Farting is natural. Farting is something that we all do. I feel like it should be collectively accepted between the sexes. There's a place and a time to say the least, but yeah. So that whole farting, men can't stand farting, or men don't think women fart, is just so corny. Get over it. Apparently men can't stand that some women can't control emotions. This one kind of hit me because I am an emotional person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I have no problem expressing how I feel, no matter the time of day, no matter the environment. Although I am very cautious when I express myself, depending on the situation, depending on the environment, like I said. But the fact that men think that women can't control their emotions, or the fact that men are bothered by a woman who is maybe overly emotional, it says a lot about you if this pertains to you. It's not our fault and it's not an issue. I mean, get over it once again. Another thing that men can't stand, which we all know, is going through their phones, going through their personal things, their pockets, their phones, their electronics. Yes, it's an invasion of privacy. It is. And I feel like as you get older, that becomes less of a thing. When you're younger, yes, I'm gonna go through your phone. If I gotta see something, I gotta find something. But I feel like, in theory speaking, if you have to go through someone's phone, or you get to the point where you feel like you need to go through someone's phone, there's a bigger issue going on. That's when trust is involved, and that is such a huge factor in relationships. So maybe that's something you guys have to worry about. But I feel like we can both, men and women, agree that going through phones is a little annoying and very, very unnecessary. Men hate to be ignored, and this is This is so spot on because it is really a way to get to a man, and I know they can't stand it. No matter who's right or wrong in this situation, if a woman is ignoring a man, it just hits a part of them that like doesn't come out very often. It is a way to really get under their skin. Men hate it, and I also got this a couple times. A few people did say men hate being ignored. Someone said hair on the shower wall. Now girl, I personally cannot stand hair anywhere on the floor, on the shower wall, but I shed like a dog. My hair sheds like a dog, so I feel like sometimes it's hard. I mean, if you get out the shower, usually when I get out the shower, I take the shower head and like rinse it out, especially if I wash my hair. But I can see why this can be a nuisance. But girl, we gotta get it together. We gotta clean up your hair. This one's kind of like can't control your emotions. This is being too emotional. I didn't know that men can't stand women who are too emotional. I feel like it's 2020 and it's time to communicate a little bit better. Obviously, a lot of people have been failing in said area. I don't know if it's possible for women to be too emotional. Maybe for a man who doesn't receive emotions very well, or someone who isn't emotional themselves, it may be a little bit of an overkill for them, but it's not your fault. I feel like it's not bad to be emotional or like super emotional. I'm saying that, maybe I'm biased because I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very emotional person, but I don't think that's an issue. Then there's not being emotional enough. I can see how this can be an issue. I can see how some men maybe can't stand this because we have this thing where sometimes we expect men to know how we're feeling, and sometimes that's not the case. Men can't really read between the lines all the time, and they aren't really good at figuring out what's going on. So I feel like being emotional is really helpful and beneficial to a relationship or a starting relationship, whatever it may be. And I can see why some men can't stand that, especially if you like someone and you want to get them to open up and they're just like a brick wall. I can see how there may be a disconnect. So this one I kind of agree with, because I myself can't stand someone who is not emotional. Like, it kind of freaks me out. Someone said men can't stand when women complain as soon as you walk in the door. You sound mad. I don't care. If I have something to say, it's gonna come out, especially if it's been boiling up all day and I haven't seen you and you step in the door at guns blazing. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear my mouth. I'm sorry. And if you can't stand it, sit down. Someone also said men can't stand when women still find something wrong when the guy does something good for them. This to me is situational because men think they're doing something good for someone, and in hindsight it may just be a reason to shut the girl up or it's a I'm sorry gift or something like that. 9 times out of 10, we're not gonna talk about the one time, but 9 times out of 10, if there is something negative that stems from you doing good for someone, it's either out of fear or you really dug yourself in a hole, or you're just with a bitter person, so whatever. So this next one, this person went off. I don't know if they're speaking from experience, and I want to say they are speaking from experience because there's no way you just go around and this is your thought process. But I appreciated the input. It's true, like these are some things that I feel like humans can't stand, but this came from a man. So he says men can't stand when women act like they have a right to be hurtful. Women can be hurtful, especially if you're with a woman or you experience a woman who is extremely verbal. Some women don't really know how to express themselves in situations, especially if they're hurt. Hurt people. Yeah, so I feel like or some people are just hurtful in general and there's never justification for it. So I can see why this can be something that men can't stand, but I feel like that's something that no one can stand. There's never a right time to be hurtful. Even if you are hurt, even if you are coming from a place of hurt or fear, there's never a right time to be hurtful to someone else. Women never acknowledge when they're wrong. This is because women are never wrong. Duh. When we're wrong, when we're right, when we're wrong, we're right. I'm joking. I've done this before. It's kind of a pride thing. Women have huge pride, and sometimes it's hard to admit that you're wrong, and this can be detrimental. This can be a red flag for some people. This can kind of mess up a lot of things, and it's not good, and I can see why men hate it. Yeah, so if you're a person who can never admit they're wrong, that's something that you should work on yourself. Just gonna read the rest. Gaslighting. Act like you're the annoying child that should just learn its place. That's that, which those are all self-explanatory, and I can see why that can be some things that you can't stand. Excuse me. Another person that went off says, guys can't stand when women are right. Guys can't stand when women ask for directions. Guys can't stand when women won't wait 5 days for them to do something that would take 5 minutes. Guys can't stand when women come home tired from their jobs.
And
Can we just take a moment? The last one, someone says, guys can't stand when women downplay situations. And I asked this person to elaborate because obvious reasons, just elaborate. And they say everything. Okay. Females love downplaying everything that doesn't put them in a good light. Downplay their job situation if it isn't the best. Downplay their finances if they aren't the best. Downplay, I'm gonna change the language because it's pretty hostile. Downplay the last guy. BITCHs only are real when it makes them look good, if you ask me. Okay, go off. Go off. By any means, go off. Those were really valid points, especially for people who can't accept their truth. If something makes you look bad and you find a reason to go around it, or you can't accept it, or you want to downplay or speak about the next person to make you look a little better, that's kind of bitter. That's not a way to live for anyone, for you, for a guy, for anyone around you. It's just not a good look, sis. It's not. We'll sip to getting better. We gotta do better, ladies. Clearly, our existence is annoying the men. No, but you guys made a lot of good points, and a lot of things that men can't stand, or a lot of things that I relate to, a lot of things that I can't stand. Some of the self-explanatory things that just aren't good human qualities or things I can't stand, but things like farting and burping and nagging and all that stuff, like, okay, get over it. Life's too short to be all salty and bitter and whatever. That, my friends, concludes this video. I loved making this video. I loved hearing people's input and some things that guys can't stand. Some girls were just being plain old petty. So I decided not to put that in. I kind of want to be a little bit more real, a little bit more organic in this video with some of the answers. I appreciate every single one of you who participated. If you're watching this video, big kisses to you. If you made it to this part of the video and you still haven't liked, comment, and subscribed, don't know what's going on there. Don't know where the disconnect is, why your fingers haven't hit those buttons. Let's get it together, people. It's 2020. All my information for my social media is down below. I love to interact. I love to meet new people. So make sure you follow me on those. Thanks for watching this video. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Deuces.